Debbie Mack, and I've written 6 novels and several short stories, as well as screenplays. I'm here today to talk about plotting, and this course will be all about that. I'm going to start off by telling you a little story about something that happened to me at a writers' conference. It was one of the first writers' conferences I'd ever been to, and I went to this class or workshop, whatever you want to call it, and the person who was leading it said, "Why do we write novels?" He asked everybody in the room that question, and everybody was trying to think of some kind of really profound thing to say. Finally, somebody just said, "To tell a story." And that is the point, to tell a story. So in order to tell a good story, you need to have some kind of plot. Plotting is probably the hardest part of writing novels. So to help you in that particular process, I suggest outlining. Now, I realize that there are 2 types of people, outliners and pantsers. However, I make the argument that you can do both, in a sense. In other words, if you outline first, if you have a rough idea of where you're going, and then improvise when needed, you can do a little bit of both and get where you need to go with your story. So that's what I'll be teaching, the basics of story structure, so that you can think about what needs to happen where to make your story good, and how you can improvise from that in order to make your story more spontaneous, I guess the word would be. So with that in mind, I hope you will join me and take this course. Thank you.